Kevin!
You happy about this success?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all in a day's work, isn't it?
They needed a 6-year-old kid. Well, I was 6 then, so I went over, auditioned, and got that play. I don't want a super fella. You know about him. He wets the bed. He'll pee all over me. I know it.
Fine. We'll put him somewhere else.
I'm sorry.
Remember the enchanting allure of Macaulay Culkin, that iconic child actor who stole our hearts as Kevin McCallister in the timeless 90s classic, Home Alone? It feels like a trip down memory lane, back to the days when our childhoods were sprinkled with the magic of the Christmas season and Culkin's mischievous on-screen adventures.
Free. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Well, Culkin is now a 43-year-old seasoned actor and family man who has had a lot to disclose about the shady underbelly of Hollywood. So, what exactly did he say?
I don't pursue it in any kind of any way. I don't have agents anymore and things like that.
Is that because you're just not interested, or?
Yeah, kind of not interested. I don't really like the pursuit of it.
Culkin was recently honored with a star on the illustrious Hollywood Walk of Fame. The event, held in the bustling heart of Los Angeles, unfolded before an audience teeming with family and famed friends, creating an atmosphere of nostalgia and appreciation for Culkin's enduring impact on the world of cinema. Among the distinguished guests was Catherine O'Hara, Culkin's on-screen mother from Home Alone, who graced the occasion with her presence. The Disney actress and Culkin's real-life wife, Brenda Song, was also in attendance, along with their 2 sons, Dakota and Carson, the latter having entered the world just before the festive season of 2022. As Culkin took center stage to deliver his acceptance speech, the crowd was treated to a trip down memory lane. Catherine O'Hara, known for her role as Kate McCallister, shared a poignant anecdote from the filming of Home Alone. In a heartfelt revelation, O'Hara disclosed the challenges she faced while delivering a crucial line in the beloved Christmas film. Recalling a pivotal scene, O'Hara described the moment when Kevin, portrayed by Culkin, is sent to the attic as a form of punishment. In response to Kevin's defiant remarks about his family, Kate McCallister delivers a line meant to impart a lesson. However, O'Hara struggled with the dialogue that followed, a testament to the emotional depth invested in her character. She recounted, "The scene where I had to drag him upstairs to sleep in the attic, 'cause he'd misbehaved. He's mouthing off about the family. And I say, well, you'd be pretty sad if you woke up tomorrow morning and you had no family. And he says, no, I wouldn't. And I was supposed to say, then say it again. Maybe it'll happen. I can't tell you how much that K-ed me. I could not wrap my head around saying something so horrific to this beautiful child." In her lighthearted manner, O'Hara acknowledged the irony, stating, "Of course I was not yet a mother at the time, and I had no idea the kind of things would come out of my own mouth with my own 2 sons." This revelation provided a touching glimpse into the emotional nuances that transpired behind the scenes, showcasing the genuine care and concern among the cast. Continuing her tribute to Culkin, O'Hara reflected on the unparalleled success of Home Alone and attributed it to the young actor's exceptional performance. At the tender age of 10, Culkin embodied the mischievous yet endearing character of Kevin McCallister with a natural flair that left an indelible mark on audiences worldwide. Addressing the challenges that come with early fame, O'Hara praised Culkin for navigating the complexities of stardom at such a young age. She expressed, "This beautiful 10-year-old little boy was called a superstar, a moneymaker, one of the hottest leading young men in Hollywood by the world over. How does anyone survive that?" O'Hara emphasized the role of Culkin's sense of humor, a quality recognized by the film's director, John Hughes, as a key to enduring life's challenges. Speaking directly to the emotionally moved Culkin, O'Hara stated, "I know you worked really hard. I know you did, but you made acting look like the most natural thing in the world to do. It was really as if we'd ambushed this real little boy named Kevin to make a movie, and he just went along with it for the fun of it." As the ceremony unfolded on the sunlit streets of Los Angeles, O'Hara reiterated the everlasting impact of Home Alone. She proclaimed, "Home Alone was, is, and always will be a beloved global sensation. The reason families all over the world can't let a year go by without watching and loving Home Alone together is because of Macaulay Culkin." Acknowledging the collaborative efforts of a stellar script and a talented director, O'Hara credited Culkin's portrayal of Kevin McCallister as the catalyst for the film's enduring charm. Yet, beneath the veneer of success, O'Hara touched upon the darker side of Culkin's journey. While Home Alone catapulted him into stardom, it also cast a shadow over his life, nearly eclipsing the promising career that lay ahead. The dichotomy of fame's blessings and burdens became evident as Culkin grappled with the challenges that accompanied his meteoric rise to stardom. In delving into the intricate layers of Culkin's life post-Home Alone, it is essential to recognize the transformative impact the film had on his career trajectory. While the movie remains a timeless classic, its overwhelming success presented both opportunities and obstacles for the young actor. Culkin's transition from a child prodigy to a Hollywood figure was marked by highs and lows, shaping the narrative of his life in ways unforeseen. In the aftermath of Home Alone, Culkin faced the daunting task of navigating the unpredictable terrain of fame. The adulation and acclaim bestowed upon him came at a price, as the public eye scrutinized his every move. Culkin's journey was not merely a cinematic adventure, but a real-life odyssey, fraught with challenges unique to those thrust into the limelight at an early age. The Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony served as a symbolic milestone, recognizing Culkin's enduring contribution to the world of entertainment. Yet, beneath the veneer of celebration, a poignant truth emerged. The toll fame had taken on Culkin's personal life. Macaulay Culkin and his 6 siblings grew up in a cramped New York City apartment, with all 7 kids sharing bunk beds in one room. It was basically one long hallway separated by doorways with no doors, he told New York Magazine. I guess we couldn't afford doors or something. His mom, Patricia Brentrup, worked at a telephone answering service for a theatrical casting agency, while his father, Kit, worked at a Catholic church so the kids could go to school there for free, according to Kieran Culkin's account in The Hollywood Reporter. Billy Hopkins, the New York casting director who gave Macaulay his first part, told New York Magazine, "They were so poor, Macaulay would crawl under the bleachers at the theater to look for change that had fallen out of people's pockets." Hopkins, who described the family like the Beverly Hillbillies, added he would pay out of his own pocket to get Macaulay get back and forth from rehearsals. Macaulay's dad, a child actor himself, saw an opportunity to capitalize on his kids and became their full-time manager, according to The Telegraph. Macaulay told Joe Rogan he didn't really have a say about his own career. "I never chose the projects. My parents essentially chose them for me." Rogan responded by jokingly imitating Culkin's parents. "Good news, Macaulay, you're gonna buy us a new house." Kit Culkin worked his child star son really hard, but Macaulay's problems with his father went much deeper than that. He told Marc Maron's WTF podcast his dad was a bad man. He was abusive, physically and mentally. "You know, I can show you all my scars if you want to." Kit, who had a reputation as a manipulative manager in Hollywood, was the same way with his son. Macaulay told CNN, "Kit was very controlling. He played games with you just to make sure you were still in your place." Macaulay wasn't the only target of Kit's wrath. Patricia claimed he was often drunk and punched her repeatedly while she was pregnant. One time, she told The Telegraph, "He punched me in the head and about the body, dragged me out to the balcony, threatening to push me over the railing. I suffered 2 black eyes and substantial bruising." She filed for sole custody of the children, and in 1997 she won, per UPI. Macaulay has been estranged from his father ever since, but Kit Culkin never felt like a real dad to him in the first place. "My concept of a father almost is one of those things you get from like TV shows and movies." Macaulay Culkin's younger brother Kieran grew up on movie sets, but told The Hollywood Reporter he didn't experience the level of Macaulay did as a child. He would get on the street, the Succession star said. One time, a woman pulled off his hat and looked at him and said, "Yeah, it's him. You're not that cute," and then handed the hat back and walked away. Macaulay's hassles didn't stop as he grew older. This is a guy who admitted as a kid, "I was a bit of an attention Hey, I'm a kid, look at me," he told Esquire. In a 2016 interview with The Guardian, he said he was done with all that attention. "I don't just turn my back on it. I actively don't want it." Macaulay, who avoided much of the while living in Paris, said that the flashing cameras in his face never stopped. "The other day, I'd crossed the wrong street. Suddenly there's a crush of 20 paparazzi. Then people with camera phones get involved." When asked if it's changed over time, he replied, "It's been like that my whole adult life. You take on a prey-like attitude, always scanning the horizon." Macaulay Culkin followed up on his Home Alone momentum with successful turns in the 1991 fan favorite My Girl and the 1992 sequel Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. By all accounts, 1994 should have been a great year for the teenage star, but it ended up being quite the opposite. Getting Even with Dad was a big disappointment at the box office. It wasn't just producers who were unamused by this comedy's performance, critics were lining up to give it the old thumbs down as well. Roger Ebert singled out Culkin's performance, writing, "I wasn't much moved by Macaulay Culkin's performance as the smart little wife." Leslie Thornton of The Independent wrote, "Macaulay Culkin is getting on a bit for a child star, but shows no sign of turning into a young actor in Getting Even with Dad." Unfortunately, Richie Rich didn't fare much better, and the reviews weren't kind to Culkin, the titular star. "Culkin looks really bored, maybe because Richie Rich is so damn boring," wrote Felix Vasquez Jr. of Cinema Crazed. Chris Hicks of Deseret News took it even further, writing, "Anyone out there who is still a Macaulay Culkin fan after this one is downright masochistic." Culkin made $16 million on these two films alone, according to Celebrity Net Worth. The question was, did he have a future as an actor after this? Looking back on his childhood, Macaulay Culkin told New York Magazine he remembered one day telling his father he wanted to work less. He said, "Yeah, sure, and the next thing I knew I was on the next set doing the next thing, and it just kind of clicked in my brain. Okay, there's basically nothing I can do to make this stop." In 1994, Culkin quit acting when he was 14. In a 2004 interview with Spin, he explained that he told everyone in his circle he was cutting them off from his cash. "That's it. No more. Hope you all made your money because there is no more coming from here." On The Early Show, Culkin said, "I was so tired. I had wanted a break for a long time and no one was listening. When I was in a position where I could walk away, I just did." In a 2001 interview with Time, Culkin explained, "I was just hoping to disappear off the face of the earth." Culkin also recalled wanting a more normal childhood and begging his dad to let him go back to school. "I was saying I haven't done a full year of school since first grade," he told Esquire. This request, like many others, fell on deaf ears. Culkin decided he would start a new chapter of his life and just be a normal kid in high school. At least, that was the plan. On the first day of school, Macaulay Culkin met guiding light actor Rachel Miner. He told New York Magazine, "She always says she thought I was a jerk." When Miner first introduced herself, Culkin replied, "Yeah, welcome to the school," or whatever. "She thought I was such a jerk for not saying, 'and my name is Mac.'" Culkin said they dated just 4 times before they walked down the aisle in 1998. They were both only 17 years old. "She'd broken up with me 3 times before, and so the last time we were going out, I said, 'Marry me now before you dump me again,'" he added. "What can I say? She was my girl." After 2 years of marriage, per ABC News, the couple announced they were separating. Culkin admitted that his reclusive nature may have hurt the relationship. "I had to learn to talk and how to communicate, and I should have done it more," he said. The marriage ended in divorce in 2002, per Cheat Sheet. A few years later, Culkin looked back, telling Spin, "If you were going to write out all the cliches of being a young actor, what are they? Either you're going to lose all your money, you're going to be addicted to substances, or you're going to get married young. Okay, guilty on that count." In 1998, 4 people died and many more were injured in a fire that started in the Culkin family's apartment. According to the New York Times, the fatalities occurred as a result of the superheated, smoke-filled stairwell as residents of the building tried to escape the fire. According to the FDNY report, Patricia Brentrup called to report that her electric heater caught fire and spread to the couch. She woke the Culkin kids and quickly whisked them out of the apartment. Brentrup said that in her rush to save her children, she neglected to shut the door, per the New York Post. The open door, according to the report, is what caused the stairwell to fill up with smoke. Macaulay, who was not living in the apartment when it happened, told New York Magazine, "2 family friends basically broke down our front door and told us." When he saw the Culkin fire story on TV, he said, "They made it seem like I was running around the house spitting vodka on the walls and throwing matches everywhere. I wasn't even there. Thankful his family all made it out safely," he added. "It was awful, of course. People died. It was awful." Macaulay Culkin and Mila Kunis seemed like the perfect couple when they first linked up in 2002. The Black Swan star told Women's Health, "We grew up together. You find a steady rock in your life, and that's all you need." She did take issue with the way fans reacted to him, telling Howard Stern, "He always had this weird attraction. Fans responded in a very abnormal way to him." Then in 2011, after 8 years together as a couple, the Bad Moms star announced to Page Six they had split and it was amicable. As it turns out, there was much more to the story. Fast forward to 2018, the That 70s Show star told Dax Shepard on Armchair Expert the breakup was horrible and it was her fault. "It's effed up what I did and it's effed up how I did it," she said, without offering any specifics. Kunis added that she did a lot of self-reflection after the breakup. "I genuinely need to know why I did what I did." Well, Mila, we would all like to know what you did. Maybe the third time will be a charm for Culkin, who doesn't have the best track record when it comes to relationships. In January 2022, he announced his engagement to Disney Channel actress Brenda Song, per People. In 2021, the couple welcomed a baby boy they named Dakota Song, after Culkin's sister. In a statement obtained by Esquire, the couple said, "We're overjoyed." On August 1st, 2012, the National Enquirer's cover story read, "Macaulay Culkin addicted to Big H. Only 6 months to live." Of course, he outlived the prediction of his impending death. Phew. Culkin's rep fired back, telling E! "The story was categorically without merit and ridiculously fictitious." But the National Enquirer doubled down, refusing to retract it and adding fuel to the fire by labeling their efforts as a dramatic and much-needed wake-up call to the 31-year-old actor. Culkin responded in turn to The Guardian a few years later, saying, "I was not pounding $6,000 of Big H every month or whatever," miffed that the tabloids were trying to wrap that headline up with a strange guise of concern. In his 2020 interview with Esquire, he got a little more candid on the topic of substance AB. "I played with some fire, I guess is the best way to put it. At the same time, I've never been to rehab or anything like that," he said, noting that he doesn't do recreational substances, but added, "I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't had drugs in my life at some point or another." Back in 2005, Culkin pleaded guilty to misdemeanor charges of possession of medication without a prescription and marijuana. He was given a 1-year deferred sentence, according to Today. This came after his arrest in Oklahoma City, where officers found over a half ounce of marijuana and several Xanax tablets. In 2006, Macaulay Culkin published his first, and maybe his last, book. The central theme of Junior focuses on the main character's complicated relationship with his father, a man similar to Culkin's dad. As expected, Culkin didn't write the tell-all celebrity memoir people were expecting. In an interview with New York Magazine, Culkin explained, "In a perfect world, my name wouldn't even be on it. It came from the idea of everyone wanting me to write a memoir. I play with that a little bit, the idea of naming names, kind of teasing people, you know?" The reviews for Junior were less than stellar. Kirkus Reviews wrote, "With this audaciously empty mishmash of poems, letters, comics, etc., former child star Culkin, of Home Alone fame, has managed to lower the already low bar set for celebrity fiction." Publishers Weekly called it a self-indulgently infantile book. Although they noted as a calculated piece of celebrity implosion, the book is weirdly compelling. Culkin said writing the book was like therapy, helping him grapple with the painful childhood that still haunts him to this day. "I think there's 2 different fathers that I have," he said. "I have my father, and I have the one in my head. The real one is gone and should be gone, but I think I was looking to put the one in my head to rest." In 2008, Macaulay's sister Dakota Culkin was hit by a car after she stepped onto a street in Los Angeles. She died later from massive head trauma, according to TMZ. Kiernan told The Hollywood Reporter in 2021, "Dakota was the funniest person in the family," adding, "Each one of us handled her death very differently. I think everyone was just torn up inside." Macaulay told Esquire about his last sweet memory of his sister. "It was a conversation they had on the night she died. She had watched one of his films and told him how much she liked it. I was like, 'Thanks, go to sleep,' he said, and then she went out to go get some Gatorade and cigarettes, and she got hit by a car." Dakota's friend Andrea Poe told People the former production assistant moved to Los Angeles to work in the film industry. She was very low-key about her name, but at the same time proud of her siblings, adding that her friend was very close to Macaulay. They would talk frequently on the phone or go out to eat. Macaulay Culkin started a band called the Pizza Underground as a joke in 2012, per Philly. It's a tribute act to the Velvet Underground band. Just throw in some pizza punny lyrics, and Mac on vocals and kazoo. What could go wrong? At a concert in Nottingham Rock City, a few things did, per the Nottingham Post, via BBC. According to reports, the band was about 15 minutes into their show when they were booed off the stage and pelted with beer. "Why are you throwing those?" Culkin asked the crowd. "I'd rather drink them." One audience member took to the group's Facebook page to rub salt into the wound. He wrote, "I'm glad I lobbed a pint and I'm glad it hit you," because he objected to the band's mockery of one of the greatest bands of all time. Another concert-goer told the Nottingham Post, "It just sounds awful. It must go down well in America or something." Culkin told The Guardian, "It's one of those good ideas you have when you're drunk, and you wake up and forget about it. But we're taking it to the end of the joke." In 2018, Culkin decided the joke had come full circle, and the Pizza Underground was officially 6 feet under, per Mark Moran's WTF podcast. That news, we suspect, was music to the ears of some listeners across the pond. Meanwhile, in recent years, Culkin has been quite vocal about the dark underbelly of Hollywood. In 2019, there was this article making the rounds, and it was causing quite a stir. The headline read, "Macaulay Culkin, Satanic Hollywood elites do the unthinkable to young ones during rituals." The unverified article claimed that Macaulay spilled the beans on those ruthless studio executives, accusing them of being bloodthirsty Satanists who ritually unalive child actors. Can you imagine? It's like something straight out of a dark Hollywood thriller. And there's more. According to this so-called article, the worst of these twisted individuals even wear shoes made from the skin of young ones. Of course, this sounds crazy in the real world, but in Hollywood, it might well be a possibility. Anyway, despite the challenges and setbacks, Culkin remained resilient, carving a unique path for himself. Rather than chasing mainstream success, he embraced a more unorthodox approach to creativity, allowing his artistic expression to flourish without the pressures of Hollywood's expectations.
I think they have to. They're called goop.
Yeah. We almost...
Throughout his journey, Culkin has faced relentless scrutiny from the media and critics, with some painting him as a child star who had lost his way. However, this narrative overlooks the harsh realities and pressures child actors face in the entertainment industry. The bright lights and glitz of Hollywood can be alluring, but they also come with a price. The struggles of young actors like Culkin are a reflection of a system that often exploits and discards them once their star power fades. In recent years, Culkin's public appearances and reflections on his career have shown a man at peace with his past. He seems to have found a balance between nostalgia for his iconic role and the desire to move forward creatively. While he may not have achieved the same level of fame as his Home Alone days, he has carved out a niche for himself, earning a dedicated fan base who appreciate his authenticity and unique style. As we talk about Culkin's ups and downs, we must not forget that Hollywood's allure can be an all-encompassing vortex, making his decision to escape its grasp a move that might have saved him from becoming yet another victim of the industry's merciless ways. In fact, fans have commented on how good he looks after escaping the shackles of Hollywood. "He looked terrible a few years ago, but he looks very healthy now and grounded," one fan commented. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.